Welcome to Three and Out with Jason and Kevin. I am Jason. That's Kevin. We are on the YouTube. We are on YouTube. It's Orange and Black Insider with us and Anthony and John over at OBI. And then on the Believe Network, it's us and OBI, Anthony and John again. Bengal Jim and Friends, talking football with Bengal Jim and Friends. And then Matt and Willie No Ball. Brought to you by CincyJungle.com. Check it out. There's Bengals content pretty much every single day. Like, subscribe, follow, the whole thing. Kevin, what's going on, my man?
Nothing. Getting closer by the day. Nothing ever changes. We'll go through some of that. But I don't know.
Yep.
I'm growing. Okay, let's start here. Do you care at all about week 3 if none of the starters are playing?
No.
They're not.
I mean, there are some guys that I want to watch just because I feel like they're bubble guys, but this is, I think it's always been this game, and then like preseason week 4 is the hardest one to watch, back when there was a fourth preseason game. You know what I mean? It's a lot of these guys are going to be guys that probably aren't going to make the team, and the other teams will be playing those guys, and that's, I get it. That's fine. I think we've seen what we're going to see from the starters on offense and defense. I don't expect any of the offensive starters to start. I don't know if I've heard either way. I don't know if you have.
No.
But I'm not expecting.
Zach Taylor said it. They're not playing.
They're not playing. Okay. Yeah. That's kind of what I figured. This last preseason game, and back when there were four preseason games, it's always been for like, these are our bubble guys. This is where they're going to come out and show like, yes, I deserve to be on the team, or no, I don't. There's just a lot of stuff going on and going into this third. So they're done. I'll tell you what, preseason week 2 is in the books. Offense came out again. First team offense came out, looked great. Second team offense came out
little off occasionally.
Yeah.
Nothing I'm worried about, just worth saying.
Yep. I think there's always going to be, there's going to be a drive here or there that we wish we could get back. You know what I mean? But like, nothing that I saw from him that worries me. There were some things I saw from Jake Browning in week 1 that worried me, but then he came out in week 2 and did great. Any sort of quarterback competition that I had built up in my mind, because I'm a UC guy and a Desmond Ridder guy, it just kind of went away. Because I thought that Jake Browning came out in week 2 and played really well. Trey Hendrickson is still not here. There's the 2024 Bengals had a few things happen bad for them, and one of them was terrible defense. And they came into the 2025 season with another great offense, and I just don't know what's going to happen on defense. And I think this is as good a way to start the show as any. I want to ask you a question. Today, Al Golden did a press conference where he talked about, it's really vanilla defense.
I know exactly. I know exactly what you're going to say. So go ahead, ask me.
They came out and they talked about, well, we're not really running any of our schemes or anything in these preseason games. We're just really super vanilla. We don't want to give anything away. I don't know if I really buy that, or if their defense is coming out and they just look like crap and he's trying to do some damage control because people are freaking out. What do you think about it?
I think it's mostly bull. I do think that they are running a vanilla defense. I think that is intentional. I don't think that it's because they're trying to hide what they can do. They're not secretly building some super defense that they can't let anybody see. I think that they aren't quite ready for Al Golden's style of defense, so they can only play vanilla in live games. And hopefully by the time we get to week 1, they'll be they'll absorb it better. They'll be a little quicker with it. But I don't think it's not some secret they're keeping. It's just that like, they're not ready to run anything more than vanilla. They're still trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't think that they've got some secret playbook in the back that's going to rip everything apart, and they're just keeping it vanilla so nobody knows. I don't think that's happening at all. I agree with you. I think it's just early in the season. There's veteran guys who are learning a new system, and there's rookies who are learning a new system, and that's just what we're doing. That's all there is to it. So Trey Hendrickson still holding in. He's here, which I give him all the credit in the world. He's here. He's doing what he can to help the team, even though he's not out on the field. So just the fact that he's there and you see him working through things with Shamar Stewart and some other edge rushers, and then just guys looking to improve their pass rushing ability. It's awesome to see that he's willing to play that part still. Obviously, the Bengals were 8th least in sacks last year, and he had half of them. Cannot let him not play. It's just you can't. So the next question I have for you is, so it's tough. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what's going to happen. A part of me says there's no way that a 31-year-old edge rusher is going to hold out for an entire season, because that's basically the same thing as retiring. That's it. He's over. His career's over at that point. At the same time, he seems to be a guy of his word, man of his word. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't see the Bengals giving him a ton of I don't see the Bengals giving him I don't see them giving him a bunch of money that he wants. I don't see them giving him a bunch of guarantees beyond the 1 year that he wants. And I just don't know if he's going to show up in week 1 and be like, okay, called my bluff, I'm going to play. I mean, what do you think's going to happen?
No, that's not what. No. That's not what's going to happen.
Okay.
I'm going to speak with a lot of confidence here. Maybe it's earned. Maybe I know what I'm talking about, but I feel like I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Trey will be signed before week 1. This is what I believe.
Okay.
Trey has how to put this. Trey has shown that he's going to back down. He's done it because he's backed down. He has traveled with the team. He is on the field. He is coaching Shamar Stewart. He wants to be part of this team.
Yeah.
Even when just a little bit was on the line, he showed up because it's just kind of who he is. He wants to play ball. I think he wants to play ball for the Bengals. I do think he wants his money as well.
Yeah.
The Bengals are going to cave. They're going to end up giving him a couple million. I mean, something, who knows, on the year 3 deal. They might even take a little bit away from the year 2 guaranteed money to put in the year 3 guaranteed money in order to just make it look good. And they'll both say, hey, we came to an agreement. This is what we wanted. And Hendrickson will play week 1. I just don't see this going any other way. The Bengals are not going to back down.
Right.
And Hendrickson is not going to retire. So especially at this point, Hendrickson knows who he's dealing with. Everybody knows who the Bengals front office is. You can say a lot about them, but they're not bluffing, man. They're not gonna fold.
No, you're right. There's a part of me also that wonders if there's any of this that's at least I didn't have to play in the preseason, go through training camp. I'm a veteran. I don't want to do that crap. I could see that being the case too, where he's like, oh, hey, not a great deal, but I didn't have to do any of it. If you remember
training camp, some earlier contract he had, I can't remember what it was, but he actually had I didn't know you were going to bring this up, so I should have looked it up before this episode. He actually had certain days built into his contract where he didn't have to go to training camp days or some other stuff. He didn't get fined because he just wanted to spend that time with his family. So you saying that he's well, at least I don't have to do training camp. It sounds like, oh, well, that can't be that important to the man.
Could absolutely be the case.
In the past, it was actively part of his contract, so it is at least that important to the guy.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. And then another thing to talk about is I think that we can all agree that we really, really like what we see from Dylan Fairchild, left guard. I think that they found their guy. Right guard's a whole different story. They brought in Lucas Patrick. Lucas Patrick has struggled. They've had Jalen Rivers, a rookie there. I've seen them. Cody Ford's on second on the depth chart there. Dalton Risner was in Cincinnati. He is the best free agent guard available without question. He's a good pass blocking guard. He came to Cincinnati. He's going to Seattle, and then rumor has it he's going to Pittsburgh after that, and then he's going to make up his mind and go over wherever he wants to go. What do you think? Do you think that the Bengals offensive line needs Dalton Risner? Needs him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. I do think they need him. I think that after this year they wouldn't. I think a 1-year deal's fine. Jalen Rivers has a pretty good chance to develop into a at least reasonable starting guard. But it's a question of when you say need, right?
Yeah.
Well, cost is a factor of need. Do we need a $30 million guard? No, we don't.
Right.
But Dalton Risner can dramatically improve this offensive line to the point where, like, there's no active hole. There's no. I'm not saying it's all stars, but like, there's not a problem. You know what I mean?
Right.
5 positions, all pretty well locked up, and he can do it for a few $1 million. If the Bengals don't lock this down, the fan base is going to riot because the fan base has been pounding the table for Dalton Risner for years. I have, you have, everybody I know has been pounding the table to sign Dalton Risner. And they let it slip that, like, oh, maybe we'll sign Dalton Risner. It's like, you got no choice now. Especially, imagine he goes to the Steelers. Imagine he goes to the Steelers after all this.
I know.
I'll lose my damn mind.
If I'm, obviously, I think there was a lot of people there was a lot of outrage. I can't believe you let him leave Cincinnati without a contract. That's not how this is going to work at this point. He knows that he's sought after by more than one team. He's not going to sign until he knows for sure, like, this is exactly what I want to go. But if he wants to win a Super Bowl, that's not going to be in Seattle. And I don't think it's going to be in Pittsburgh either. If he wants to win a Super Bowl, the teams that are looking for him, this is his best bet. That's what I think. Hopefully they get a deal done. But with Orlando Brown Jr., Dylan Fairchild, Ted Karras, Dalton Risner, and then Amarius Mims, that's a pretty hell of a good offensive line. That's a really good offensive line. And, if the defense turns out to be terrible again, that really good offensive line maybe helps Joe Burrow put up 40 points a game, 38 points a game, something, anything. Sure. Anything to help us out.
Are you ready for the fan base and half the people to turn on Dylan Fairchild by week 6 because he is still a rookie and he's going to look like an idiot once or twice a game just because he ain't seen this particular move yet or faced this particular style player yet. And he's going to end up on his ass, and then we're all going to go, oh, he's the worst. No. Cut him. Well, we never should have signed him. Even though he is clearly going to be at least a average starter, if not a plus starter.
Yep. No, it's funny. It's any position like that there's going to be some growing pains. And even though he's looked really solid in the 2 preseason games that he's seen, that doesn't mean anything. So yeah, I absolutely agree. There's going to be guys that he goes up against that are surefire Hall of Famers. You know what I mean? There's going to be guys that he goes up against that have been in this league for a long time for a reason, and he's a rookie. Yeah. It's going to happen. Same thing.
Not even the Hall of Famers, just a guy with 10 years experience who knows how to make a rookie look like an idiot. Like, everybody's going to fall for even an easy trick once, and Dylan Fairchild's going to fall for a couple simple tricks. He'll remember, seems like a smart dude, but the fan base is absolutely going to lose their mind.
Yeah.
It's kind of predictable. It's fun.
Yeah, and the same thing happens on defense. I know that Demetrius Knight is penciled in on the depth chart as the starting linebacker next to Logan Wilson. Struggled, didn't look great. Week 2, just kind of out there floating around. And that's the thing that I think that we're going to have to be prepared for is rookie defensive players struggle. You know what I mean? And if you're going to have a rookie linebacker, they're going to pick on him. And then I don't know what's going to happen with Shamar Stewart. I'm hoping that he gets in there and I like what I see, but again,
I think he's already a starter. I think there'll be some rotation, but I think he is the starter. Opposite Hendrickson.
My guess is
they'll probably move him around a little bit. So put Osai in there as kind of a pencil, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. My guess is that on any sort of obvious passing situation, it's going to be Trey and Shamar Stewart on the outside. And then who knows what happens from there? I mean, you can't have too many guys who can get to the passer. So, it's just there's a lot of things that they didn't do that I wish they had done. I wish they had paid more attention to the guard position. I wish they had spent a little bit more money on the defense. I wish they had done this thing. That's not the Bengals. You know what I mean? It's not, unfortunately. We have to root for the team that they build in the system that they work in, which is cheap, unfortunately. But I don't know. I think the Bengals, I don't know. It's tough. I think they have just as good of a chance as I thought they had last year going into the season. I really do. I think they could be good. Right now, it's -118 to make it to the playoffs, which is like a 57% odds. That's what Vegas thinks. And then to miss the playoffs, it's plus. I'm sorry, to get in the playoffs, it's -166. To miss the playoffs, it's plus 118, which is like a 46% chance. So they're like, we think they'll get in the playoffs as a wild card team. You know what I mean? We think they will.
Sure.
Vegas is usually not wrong. I'd say that's a minimum. If I had to make a bet that would they be in the playoffs? Absolutely. But I wish I had a lot more confidence than I do right now. You know what I mean? Just because they could have done more stuff. So
Yeah, I wish the defense didn't look like it has the last 2 games. And
yeah,
I mean, that's not some wild statement I'm making. We all kind of wish that. But on the individual level, I am more confident in this defense than I am as a unit. Everything you're hearing about Jenkins is
hmm
great. Shamar Stewart
yeah,
looks better than I thought he was going to look. I think low key, the cornerback room might end up being at least pretty decent.
hmm
I just need to see them working as a cohesive unit, which
yeah,
sounds small, but was most of the problem of last year. So I really hope it's not carried over to again this year. Um, but I have confidence. I think we're going to have at least an okay defense. Um, Top 20, which, ain't
yeah,
amazing, but I'd take it after last year.
yeah,
And I think the offense will be a top 3 offense. So I think we're going to the
yeah.
playoffs. I think that's kind of a gimme to me. Um, well, what's the fun in not thinking that? Like,
Well,
isn't it
yeah,
more fun to
yeah,
be positive and to try to enjoy
yeah.
this thing before? Like, I'm just not ready to like sink the season
Right,
before it started. You know what I mean?
right. It is definitely not fun to go into the season and just think like, oh, we're not. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anyway. I do think they'll go to the playoffs. A top 3 offense with a mediocre defense. That's enough to win a Super Bowl. It is. That's enough. That's
It
enough to win
is.
the Super Bowl if things bounce your way. It's not
Yep.
enough to say, hey, that's the best team in the NFL. Like the stuff that they've done, that's the best team in the NFL. But it's enough to beat any team in the NFL. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
is.
that's the thing,
Um,
right? It might not
right.
win. You might only win 4 out of 10,
But
but
you'll
on
win
the
some. Yeah.
day, it could be one of the
Yeah.
4. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep. And I mean, we just need the ball to bounce our way a little bit. I think we're due. Obviously injuries, that's the big thing in a year. My big thing with the offense is like you can't screw around with Joe's health anymore. You can't. You can't. You
Yeah,
absolutely can't. I really like Dylan Fairchild. I was disappointed that they weren't more aggressive before Risner was the only game in town anymore. But now that that's the case, they have to do everything, overpay,
that,
whatever you got to do.
that's the Bengals way, though, and I don't know why we keep being surprised by this. They may go out and do 1 or 2 splash signings, but they
Yeah,
really like to play in this space. They
I know
like
they
a
do. Yeah,
few players to get off the board so that they can kind of get an idea of price,
right.
and then they want to make their move. They want to play in those waters. I do think the Reisner one kind of bit them because
Yeah,
normally at this point, whatever player they're looking at is very eager to sign somewhere. Um,
yeah.
Having multiple options probably doesn't work in the Bengals' favor.
No, it doesn't.
What do you think the odds are? And I think we'll call the episode after. I got one more thing after this, but what do you think the odds are to you the Bengals sign Reisner?
I do think that I think they're higher than 50%. I think
I was going to say
that
about 50.
yeah, I think of any team that had use of his services, I think the Bengals make the most sense. There's an obvious hole right there, and I'm not saying that there's not for the Steelers or the Seahawks, but I think that the Bengals are primed. Like we're ready to go. Everybody sees that. Like join the best offense in the league, or join us and
Yeah.
make it the best offense in the league. So I do think it's better than 50%. I don't think it's going to be all about money for him. I think it'll be some about, like what fits and stuff like that. Obviously, the money's going to be a big thing, so they can't lowball him or anything like that. They just have to, whoever's willing to pay him, whatever it is, they got to match it. But I can't think of a better situation than Cincinnati for in Pittsburgh or
Can
in
I,
Seattle.
can I play devil's advocate here?
Sure.
Okay, Dalton Reisner has a series of 1-year contracts. So, in theory, it's going to be very important that he keeps looking good through
Okay.
each contract. because he has no job stability, and the Bengals offense plays on hard mode, meaning he's likely to have statistically the worst season of his career if he becomes a Bengal.
That's very possible. He's going to have more pass blocking snaps here than anywhere than he is in Seattle.
Yes,
and then
Yep. And he's going to be on an island a lot. He's not going to get a lot of help. He's not going to help through play action or anything like that either.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to be as objective as I can, but I feel like the situation here. Like, would you rather play with the ghost of Aaron Rodgers? I don't even know who the quarterback is in Seattle right now, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure. Geno Stone's gone. I think he's in Oakland. I mean, who is this quarterback in Seattle? Oh wait, no, I do. It's what's his face? He played really well for the Vikings last year.
Oh yeah, it's Darnold. That's right.
Sam Darnold. Yeah, Sam Darnold. You want to go block for Sam Darnold? Is that what you want to do? Or do you want to? Or
do you know they signed him to a 3-year, $100 million contract?
No, but
I was just because we were asked. I just googled it. I don't have anything more to say than that. I think the tone of my voice says when I think about that. That's wild. That's a wild thing they did. Anyways,
but 3 years, $100 million. Can you imagine how hard it would be to talk about that? You know what I mean? You know how hard it would be to have a podcast where we have to talk about Sam Darnold every week
and try to generate any kind of excitement
over
our new franchise quarterback, Sam Darnold.
Exactly. But no, I think if you had to choose between I don't really want to block for Sam Darnold and Aaron Rodgers is obviously not the guy he used to be. Come on, Joe Burrow. Yeah. That's the thing. I hope that's what happens. I hope that's what happens. And that's what we need to happen. Badly, we need to happen. What else you got, man? You said you had one more thing.
Oh, just Mitchell Tinsley. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
It was just fun. It's just fun. I don't know how much it matters. I actually do think the kid's got talent. But it's just a fun story coming from nowhere, showing up like he did. I like his personality. He was in the locker room, said that he didn't want to keep talking about that game because he didn't want a preseason game to be a Super Bowl. He just wanted to show up and keep working. He's taking snaps with the ones now. I mean, not a lot, but a few.
Awesome stuff.
You can say what you want about the Bengals and drafting and picking talent and whatever, but damn, do we know wide receivers, man? We can find a wide receiver anywhere.
So there's a lot of teams that do one thing really well. Green Bay has a quarterback. They're going to go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. Cincinnati, this is wide receiver country. We've always had great wide receivers. Had great wide receivers from the 80s, the 90s. You had Pickens in the 90s, and you have Chad, and then AJ,
and then all right on the Chase. Yep.
Yeah. So, and then not only just right on the Chase, but right on the Chase and Higgins, the best wide receiver duo in the NFL. And this is not the first time we've been able to say that. Think about when we could say that with AJ Green, Mohamed Sanu, and Marvin Green Jr.
Yeah.
Wait, no, Marvin Jones Jr.
Yeah.
Marvin Jones Jr., not Marvin Green. Think about that. Think about Chad.
Wide receiver room.
Yeah. Think about Chad and TJ Hushmanzada with Chris Henry. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
The Bengals have always had great wide receivers. So that's just our thing. That's what we do really well. That's that's our specialty. I don't know. You have colleges. Ohio State is kind of defensive back university. This is the wide receivers go to Cincinnati if you're really in the show. So good stuff.
We know them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Got anything else, man?
Nope, that's it.
Yep. So again, we play Saturday. Bengals play Saturday. I say we, like I'm going to be on the field. I'm not. Bengals play Saturday. It's just I'm going to be looking, it's young guys, inexperienced guys trying to prove that they belong in the league, which is the fun part. Wish the best of luck to everyone. Hopefully everyone stays healthy. And then we have a break, and then it really matters. That's when it starts to matter. So again, we're on YouTube on the Orange and Black Insider. It's us, and then it's Anthony and John on OBI. And then on the Believe Network, our channel is Believe in Cincy. It's us. It's OBI. It's Talking Football with Bengal Jim and Friends, and then it's Matt and Willie No Ball. Like, subscribe, follow. There's Bengals content every day. We're brought to you by CincyJungle.com. Kevin, you got anything else, man?
Nope, that's it. Who day?
All right. Who day?